In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the battery on the iPhone XR, avoiding the non-genuine part warning. As you may or may not be aware of, whenever you replace a battery on an iPhone after the iPhone X, so XS, XS Max, XR onwards, you'll be rudely greeted with the important battery message notification. The phone will also be unable to tell you the maximum battery capacity, which for some iPhone users is an important feature. For this repair, we're going to need a few extra tools than normal. Obviously, we've got the normal iPhone disassembly tools. We've got the JC V1S with the battery board on there. We've got this spot welding tool, and we have the battery with no BMS attached, because we're going to swap the battery BMS from this XR and stick it onto this new battery here. So let's get on with the repair, starting by removing the two pentalobe screws at the bottom, opening up the phone, remove the screen and squirt some isopropyl alcohol underneath the battery. Then we'll leave it 5 minutes and come back and pull the pull tabs out. Remove the plastic film and the little plastic cover. Then there's one more film under there before you can unravel the battery BMS. Now that that's exposed, we can put the battery into this little jig. This one's made for iPhone 11, but it does fit the XR in perfectly. And take your X-Acto blade and make an incision just underneath the flap on top of the battery terminal. That'll free the battery and that can be safely disposed of. Unfold the little flaps a little bit more and carefully remove any of the leftover terminals. Once you're happy that any metal's now removed, just take a file and really smooth them off. And finally, fold the tabs back halfway so that it's ready to receive the new battery. Line up the new battery on top of the BMS and use cutters to trim the terminals down to size. Line the battery back up into position and push the flaps down until they're flat. Make sure your spot welder is set to manual and about half power. Then place each of the probes onto the same terminal where you want your spot welds to be. Once there's enough welds on there, give the battery a good wiggle just to make sure that they're secure, and then remove it from the jig. Take the piece of double-sided black tape from the set and cover the terminals. Remove the backing sheet and then fold it over. Now we're going to fold the BMS into itself like that, then install the plastic sheathing onto that. Finally, we can install the last bit of protective tape over the top of everything, fold it over itself. Now we can connect the battery to the JC V1S. We can see this battery was on 82% and it's had 1,253 charge cycles. We'll reset the cycles all the way down to 0. And press right. We can see that that's gone through there. And then we'll reset the health back to 100% and press right again. Now we can see that the battery efficiency is at 100%, the cycle counts at 0. This is ready to be installed back into the device. Before we can go any further, we need to trick the phone into thinking that an aftermarket battery has been installed. So I just use this iPhone 8 Plus battery, install it into the phone and wait for the non-genuine battery notification to pop up on the screen. Now that it's displayed that message, we can turn the phone off again and pull out the aftermarket battery. Install the sticker onto the back of the phone and apply pressure with a squeegee to make sure it's stuck properly. Remove the pink film what's on there and install and now reset the battery back into the phone. Apply pressure where the adhesive is. Now we can turn it on and we'll just double check that the battery health is back to 100%, which we can clearly see in battery settings that we have got 100% maximum capacity. Obviously the batteries only ship with limited charge on them, In this case, it's 69%. So all that remains to do now is to reinstall the adhesive seal, get all the screws reinstalled, and seal this phone back up ready for our customer. I really hope that this guide has helped you. If it has, leave me a comment below. And if you want to see more repair content just like this, hit the subscribe button and then the bell icon so that you're notified the next time I post a new video. Thank you again. Peace and love.